This is video 5 in my series of how to become a virtual bookkeeper. And in this video, we're going to talk about getting customers and advertising your business. Now, I'm going to talk to you about things that I've done. I'm going to talk to you about things that I know you could do that maybe I didn't do. I'm going to talk about things that worked for me and things that didn't work for me. And hopefully it will give you enough information for you to go out there and start getting your own customers for your own bookkeeping business. So the first thing that I recommend doing is setting up a website. You don't need to spend a lot of money on a website, and you don't need to have a lot of information on there. I would recommend in the beginning just keeping it simple and professional looking, and you can build your own website or you can hire someone to build it for you. If you don't have the money to hire someone, because that can get pretty expensive, then it is really doable to build your own website. You can go to a website such as GoDaddy, Wix, Squarespace, or anything like that, and you can purchase your domain, and usually they have some sort of feature that allows you to build your own website even if you don't know code and all that stuff to build a website. So WordPress is pretty popular. I've used that, and it's not the easiest thing to learn, but it is very doable if you're willing to put the time into it. And the information that I recommend having on your website is a little bit about your business, a little bit about yourself and your background, some services you offer, and contact information, and then any other information that you think would be useful, such as your hours of operation or things like that, anything that you think a customer should know. But this is really a good place for you to sell yourself and make people want to hire you by having some good information and good selling points on your website. And if you're not sure what to put on your website, then I would recommend looking at other people's websites just to get some ideas. I would not recommend copying somebody's website, but you could certainly look at their website and just get a feel for how they're presenting themselves, and then use that to build your own website. My website has not brought in a lot of customers. Of course, I haven't had any outstanding websites either, but what it does do is give people more information about you. So if you talk to someone in a networking group and you give them your business card with your business website, the next day or the next week, they might go to your website and look you up and try to get more information and more details about you. So it's definitely a way to present yourself and present your business, and you want to do a fairly good job at it. So the second place to get customers would be social media and other internet pages. Social media would be things like Instagram, Facebook. Internet would be things like Google. You want to put yourself out there and make your business known to people. On social media, you could create a Facebook page or an Instagram page for your business, or you could just post stuff on your personal page. But it's a good place to post articles, to post helpful information, just general information that make people think you're knowledgeable. Hopefully you actually are knowledgeable, but my point is it's a good way for you to get your name out there, get people to see that you're a professional in your field, and advertise your business. Now, I used to have a Facebook page. I actually deleted my page because I personally didn't find that I wanted to do social media. Some people are really good at it, and they're really good at interacting with people online and doing ads and things like that. And I just really wasn't a fan of it. I really didn't want to get a Facebook message at 11 o'clock at night from someone asking me about my bookkeeping services. To me, I tried it. It wasn't for me. That doesn't mean it's not useful, because I think it's very useful for people, but it just wasn't what I wanted to do ultimately. So for me, Facebook, Instagram, things like that was just not where I wanted to advertise. I was on Google for a little bit. Google's a great place to be because people might be searching in your city for bookkeeping services. I was on Google at first as well, but over time, I ended up closing that because I felt like I was getting more spam than anything, people trying to sell me their services. So I ended up taking my page down from Google, but I do think it's important to have Google, especially in the beginning. And then, of course, YouTube is a good place to get customers as well and advertise your business. That was actually my original intent on starting a YouTube channel. It was a good place for me to showcase my bookkeeping skills, showcase some of the things I was doing, and hopefully attract customers. YouTube is definitely a good place to put your skills out there and get customers. And then before I stop talking about social media, I also want to mention that one thing I see that I think you could do is join Facebook groups and try to advertise in there. And what I mean by that is, for example, I'm in a local city page where I live, and I see people posting pretty regularly looking for accounting or bookkeeping services. And that would be a really good opportunity for someone to post or reply to that post and say, hey, I have a bookkeeping company. Here's my website. Here's my number. Contact me, and so on. So getting in Facebook groups is a really good way to connect with people and advertise your services. Okay, and then another avenue of finding customers is networking groups. You can find these groups on places like Meetup and Facebook, and these are groups where people get together and socialize in person and talk to each other about their businesses in the hopes that they'll connect with other business people who might want to hire them, or you might connect with people that you're selling your services to, and you might even connect with people that you purchase their services from. So networking groups are an excellent way to network and meet people and try to get customers that way. And I just want to point out that if you are going to do something like this, then you're probably going to want to have business cards so you can exchange cards with people. And I get my business cards on a website called Vistaprint, and it's not that expensive to get some nice looking business cards for these types of events. And then another option for advertising is through QuickBooks. If you have a ProAdvisor account, you can set up a ProAdvisor profile, and potential customers can search through these profiles to try to find a bookkeeper. So you probably already have a QuickBooks ProAdvisor account because you probably set that up in anticipation of getting customers. And just make sure you set up a really nice profile to showcase yourself, showcase your business and your skills, and try to get customers that way. And I actually have gotten connections, and I think I've gotten one customer through this method. My profile is actually shut off right now because I'm not really taking customers at this point, but this would be a good tool to just have. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and you already have that ProAdvisor account as it is, so you might as well use it for some advertising. And then I'm going to talk about my biggest avenue for finding customers, and that is bidding on jobs on Upwork. So Upwork is a place where you can go to post a job ad, and so you've got contractors and employers. The employers will post a job ad, and the contractors will bid on that job to try to get the job. And then once you get jobs, you would get paid through Upwork. So the nice thing about Upwork is you don't have to worry about somebody not paying their bill because it automatically charges their credit card each week. And there are other websites besides Upwork. Upwork is not the only one. It's just the one that I happen to use. But I know there's other ones out there. Basically, in advertising, you want to go where your customers are and advertise there. And the reason I like Upwork so much is you absolutely have your potential customers on that website posting job ads because they need bookkeepers, and you are going right to where that customer is. It's not like social media where you're just putting yourself out there in the hopes that someone needs a bookkeeper. You are specifically bidding on jobs where people need a bookkeeper. So that's what I like about places like Upwork. And it is difficult to get your first job, but once you get your first job and your first review, it does get easier. And there's a lot of helpful websites and YouTube videos on how to land jobs on Upwork. So definitely put the time into it, and it is very possible to get some jobs on this website. And don't rule out Indeed also. That is another good way to get customers. You can search for part-time remote bookkeeping jobs, and sometimes you can land a job there as well. And I have gotten a few jobs off Indeed. And then the last place to look for jobs, or the last place to advertise, would be with your friends and family. Not necessarily to get a job for a friend or a family, but usually I find that friends and family are pretty supportive when you are trying to do something like open a bookkeeping business. And I find that they're usually pretty helpful in telling people about your business, especially your family and people that you're really close to. They want you to succeed. So definitely make sure your friends and family know that you've opened this bookkeeping business. It kind of goes along with social media too, because you're probably posting on your Facebook and your social media, hey, I opened this bookkeeping business. And your family and friends are going to see that and try to help you in any way they can by, if they're in a conversation with someone who is looking for a bookkeeper, they're going to say, hey, my friend has a bookkeeping company. So it's definitely a good way to get customers by advertising or talking to your friends and family about your business. So these are some pretty good ideas on where you can get started. And I just want to point out that as you start getting customers, just remember that business owners like to talk to their friends, who a lot of times are also business owners. So you will get referrals. People do talk to each other about who they're using for certain services, such as bookkeeping and accounting. So you will get referrals over time. So if you do a really good job on the customers you get with these avenues, more than likely over time you're going to also get referrals and get additional customers. So it's really important to treat every customer as an important customer in your business. Don't treat any one customer less because maybe they're not a very big customer, because you never know how many customers they're going to bring you. So I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If you have any other ideas that you'd like to share on how you are getting customers for your business, please feel free to comment below. I'm sure everybody would love to hear about them. And otherwise, just watch for my next video, which is going to be about systems and workflows. Thank you for watching.